Hello, motherfuckers.
He gonna be my baby daddy.
Can you do that again?
He gonna be my baby daddy.
And that's how we sound check these mics.
I'm such in a great mood.
What did you have to drink?
Huh?
What were you drinking today?
Tito's.
How many?
Third. You know what that means.
How about when you were out?
I had two. This is my third. I bought some on the way over here.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sio and Rome.
This is Sio.
And this is Rome, and this is episode number 60.
60.
I can't believe we're 60 episodes in the game,
Yo,
bro.
I feel like I know people that are been in the game less time than us
And already quit?
have less episodes. Wait, did I say that correctly?
No.
It's the Tito's. I feel like I know people that have been in the game longer than us and have less episodes.
Got it. You know what? I'm you mean in the game longer than us with less episodes?
It just said that.
Okay. Sorry. Listen, I'm using my calculator, right? 4 times 3 equals 12. 12
Right.
times 5 equals 60.
Right.
This is the last episode of season 5.
Yeah.
Nigga, we going into season 6 and we haven't done a season 6 plan yet. But that's okay.
I think that we should do a 0.5 episode, and I think that we should do the best of.
Yeah, or
just because it
figure
marks
something out.
Yeah.
I think for season 7, we should do a legit launch of the season instead of just rolling into it.
I mean, we have been rolling into it, so I think that we should kind of let the people know when that season ends.
But rolling into it just means consistency.
Right. For you guys, you get all the content that you can want with no pauses in between.
Yeah.
It works.
Yo, before we jump into deep conversation, let's get a few things out the way. Best podcast of 2018, Undisputed. If you want to dispute it, shoot us an email at sionrome@gmail.com. Also, if you want to get yourself a t-shirt, a hoodie, or a crew neck sweatshirt, it's really starting to cool down out there. Yo, the gray is on point. Shout out to Yaya. I really, really like that look. Head on over to afgoclothing.com.
Yes, and we have a discount code for you guys. It is Zio and Rome 15, gets you 15% off, get you a shirt or whatever you want. Take a picture, tag us in it, let us shout you out. Also, Yaya for some reason ordered a medium, but she got a large. Mm-hmm. But she ended up rocking the shit out of it like a dress, which I spoke about the last podcast.
Yeah,
it looked good as fuck.
You feel like she got the wrong product, or it was an order mistake?
I think it was an order mistake.
Like she made the mistake?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, if she didn't make the mistake, I could reach out to them.
Oh, no. I think it was user mistake.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yo, not trying to put you on blast, yeah. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this.
No. I think it was definitely our issue.
But it was cute.
It was so cute.
The oversized look is so cute on jean jackets, all that shit.
I think that's in right now. I think that's what's trending, kind of like an oversized look with some either casual shoes or dress it up with some heels. Girls, you got to get it together. Let's start trending.
I got to admit that I think we have Kim and Kanye to thank for this oversized look.
This a little homeless look. I'm digging it.
Okay. Yo, we got Halloween right around the corner. Let's talk a little bit about that. So we've talked about Halloween before, whether or not we celebrate. And I think that when my brother was on, what was it? Scary Zika Sex.
Yes.
He kind of gave us a breakdown on the meaning of Halloween and why he's not particularly interested or whatnot. And I think that, the reason why I dressed up in recent years was because I really like doing the couples costume thing with my ex-husband. And we're both comic book fans and things like that. So it was just to do something fun, something he's really into, and I just wanted to have fun with him,
participate.
But now that we're not together anymore, I'm not particularly interested in dressing up. Now, we did get invited to the Experience event hosted by Freshen Up Podcast, Fresh Room. and
Femme
Feature. So shouts out to Zay, Chanel, Serge. Thanks for having us out. And I didn't want to be a crab, so we definitely dressed up. We were trap queens.
We sure were.
Super cool,
Super easy.
economical,
Yes.
and people liked it. We got some good reactions out
I
of that
thought that
last
the
night.
best situation was when we walked into the venue that they were playing a song that was like trap.
Yeah,
Trap.
trap.
Yo,
trap,
come
trap,
on, Lo. If
trap.
that's not like the perfect, that is the manifestation at its best.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That was really good. So, Halloween's not quite here yet. So, what are the plans for you and your son? And what are you guys going to do? Because I don't think I'm buying candy this year, dog.
So I don't think I'm buying candy either, but I'm kind of in a bittersweet situation because my kid does not give a fuck about Halloween this year. He does not give a single fuck. Like, I'm like, hey, Xavier, we have to figure out your costume. By now, we already know. You haven't mentioned anything to me. Like, what's going on? And he's like, Mom, I really don't care. I'm like, what do you mean you don't care? He's like, my friend's having a pool party. Oh, I see what's happening here. So basically, you're asking me to go to a pool party rather than go to Halloween trick-or-treating type thing.
So, this pool party's happening the night of Halloween?
That weekend. So
Yeah.
he's okay with not going trick-or-treating and just staying home, but he wants to go to the pool party on that weekend. And I'm like, you know what? I guess he just doesn't care anymore. He really doesn't care anymore.
When I was his age, I think I stopped caring.
Yeah. And it's all right. I'm not trying to force him into doing something that is outside of what he really wants to do. So, I'm taking his lead on this.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, happy Halloween to all of you who do your thing with that. I'm interested in watching and seeing all the posts of people in costumes. I've seen some really dope ones so far.
I do enjoy looking at costumes and seeing what people, come out with. Yesterday, Chanel was Selena and her man was Michael. I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really love
both
her
dead
outfit.
icons. They were cute.
Yeah.
They were cute.
So listen, I got some heavy stuff that I think I'm going to be sharing on today's podcast, but I don't want to jump straight into heavy.
Okay, let's go for it.
So I have something fun
Let's do that.
that just randomly popped in my head.
Oh, it's not even part of your notes.
It's
just
in my notes.
Oh, okay.
But it's in my notes because it randomly popped in my head one day. And I was
Okay.
like, this has no relevance to what's going on in the world right now.
Okay.
But I just want to say, now that I'm single, that Salt Bay is fine as fuck.
What?
Bro.
Ew.
Salt Bay can get it, bro.
Salt Bay is Bay?
Salt Bay, yeah.
Ew.
Now, I'd let him sprinkle salt in my vagina.
Doesn't Rook know him?
I don't know. I can ask.
I think that Rook mentioned something about knowing him.
What?
Last time we were together, he said that he met him or some shit.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Yeah.
Maybe
You might
he's at a
wanna-
party or
you might
something.
wanna-
Like a Diddy party or maybe something like
Yeah.
that. Very possible. Well, he's got 1 billion kids,
Oh. So he be sprinkling his salt in everybody's vagina?
apparently.
Okay.
So my question is that if a guy has kids, would you date him? And I have 2 follow-up questions.
Okay.
So if a guy has kids, would you date him?
Yes.
Is there a limit on the number of kids?
Yes.
And is there a limit on the number of baby moms?
yes.
Okay, so break it down.
Okay. So if I was to date someone and they have kids, I'd be completely okay with it because I have a kid and who the fuck am I, right?
Yeah.
Like, why would I demand something of you that I'm not really holding myself accountable for, or whatever the reason is that I'm expecting something from you?
Yeah, who the fuck are you, man?
Who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
That's first and foremost. Second of all, it definitely depends on the number of kids, because if you're just having kids left and right, that means that you're going raw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What if they're older?
I don't give a fuck?
What if they're like, okay, I have 5 kids. What are the ages? They're 14, 15, 16, and 22. In your head, do you think that, at one point you were reckless, but you may have gotten your life together?
No, I'm having follow-up questions the same way that you do. I'm going to say, okay, are they all by the same baby moms?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm going to ask, are they all by the same baby moms?
Mm-hmm.
And if they aren't, and the 14, 15, and 16-year-old are by the same baby moms, and the 22-year-old is by another one, then I'm going to be like, okay, that's acceptable. That's acceptable.
Okay.
You took a pause between
22.
Yeah.
And next relationship.
Now, I do know people that have 14, 15, 16, 20, 21, 22, and they're all by different baby moms.
You ain't fucking with him?
No.
Isn't that discrimination?
Yes. I don't give a fuck. My vagina is worthy of more. Because then you're just the way that I think about it is if you had kids with all these baby moms and didn't find it upon yourself, you couldn't find something good in these bitches that was worthy of sticking it out.
They were good enough to lay with, but not to stay with.
Exactly.
Yo, that's a t-shirt.
Yeah, it is. So copyright. So if you had all of these baby moms and they weren't worthy of sticking it out with them, then what makes me any different?
I heard
what
that.
makes me any different? And I'm a strong believer, and I've said this to the father of my child numerous times. The best gift and the best lesson that you can give your child is the love and respect that you have for their mother. Mm-hmm. So if they see that within you, then they know how to treat another female when they get older. If a nigga's just out here getting a bitch pregnant and moving on to the next, we're going to have a whole lot of people out here, a lot of men out here having the same situation, 4 or 5 kids by different baby moms.
Now, don't baby dads need love too?
Yeah, for sure. That's why I said the best gift that you can give your child.
I don't even know
how that has anything to do. Listen, that's love.
I don't know why the fuck I'm trying to play devil's advocate on this bullshit. I'm trying to be a fake ass journalist like Joe Budden.
Bruh, you're stupid. Bruh, I'm serious though. Like, okay, so I answered. It does matter how many kids you have. It does matter how many different baby moms it has. And it doesn't matter if you have a kid.
By the way, I love Joe Budden. I just want to say that.
I love him. He tries.
He be asking questions for no reason other than trying to look like a good journalist.
It works for him.
I tried it. Doesn't work for me.
What about you?
My answers to these questions.
Does it matter if the person has a child?
I would date someone with children.
Okay. How many? It doesn't matter how many children they have.
Damn. It's very difficult, but if you have more than 3, I'm kind of like hell no.
If you have more than 3, and depending on your own age as well. What if you're 23 with 3 kids?
If you have 4 kids, they're all by the same mother, they're close in age, and you take care of them, I might fucks with you.
All right.
That's a big maybe though.
Okay.
Because now I'm thinking about how you're going to be able to afford to take me on a cruise or some shit.
When you have all this child support to take care of.
Yup.
I feel you.
That's what I'm thinking.
Doesn't matter if they have more than 1 baby mom.
Yes.
Okay.
Are the 4 children split up between 2 moms that you had 2 legit relationships with? You know, I think that the gift of dating someone with kids is that it tells you a lot up front about the individual, at least how they were.
Yeah.
At least how they were.
Or how they can be once things get comfortable.
Yeah, because my thing is like, even if you've changed, if I know that at one point you were just an irresponsible dumbass, I'm like, ain't no amount of evolution in the world. Like, it's not worth me taking the risk of exploring whether or not you've learned your lesson when I can just fuck with someone that I know up front has made smarter decisions in their lifetime.
Yeah. Actually, I had to kind of like side note off of this. I've had a conversation with someone today, and they said people change. I don't understand why people always say, oh, well, I see you tweeting certain things on your timeline, or I see you posting certain things, and that was never who you truly were to begin with. So what has changed? I do believe that people can change. However, do you believe that people can change in their sexual nature?
Absolutely.
Really? I don't believe that. I believe that
Are you talking about sexual preference in terms of being straight to gay,
No.
gay to straight, or the things that you do and the things you don't do?
So, for example, let's say that you know someone that is asexual.
Yes.
And for those of you who don't know what asexual is, it's someone who doesn't necessarily crave sexual experiences. They're okay with just being close and cuddly, but they don't necessarily crave sex.
that
right?
can change.
You think so?
I'm living proof of that.
No.
Absolutely.
Nope. I don't agree with you one bit.
I could share some details, but they
No.
might hurt somebody's feelings.
No. I'm sorry because I have
There's
so many
things I've
backup
said that
information.
there's things I've said that I would never do that I turn around and did. And there's been shit that I used to do on the regular that I now will never do.
So you believe that someone can go from just not really craving sex to all of a sudden wanting to have sex all the time?
I was that person.
No, you weren't. You became the person that didn't want to have sex.
I did become the person that didn't want to have
Exactly.
sex.
So originally you were always the person that liked sex.
Yes.
Okay, so then you just proved my point.
So you're saying that me not wanting to have sex was just a temporary hiccup?
Was a circumstantial situation.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know. I think after I found out I had MS, my whole pussy just shut off.
But it wasn't your pussy, it was you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But now I want it all the time.
Exactly. Which goes back to your original state.
See, I'm a believer that things can change. I'm sorry.
Whatever. I don't feel like people can switch up that easily.
I'm not saying it's easy, but I think it's possible.
So do you feel like it depends on the person that you're with or around?
No, I just
Personal.
That can be a factor that you get with someone that inspires you to try new things and things you've never considered doing before. But I also think that it could be self-motivated, that, I'm tired of the same shit. Time for me to switch it up. You just never know.
I'll take it.
I'm a believer in change and progression and growth
I'm going to sip my
and
Tito's.
exploring.
I like to explore.
I know why you're asking this now. Now that I realize it. And anything's fucking possible, bro.
Whatever. Anywho.
Carry on.
So I have something that I read in the media because all of my other notes are circumstantial questions. But I read something in the media that I need to discuss because it really struck a chord with me.
Sure.
So Titanic numero dos is set to sail in 2022 and take the same route as the original Titanic. Negative, sir.
I was about to say, let me wait for the question before I say, no.
Negative, sir.
Never in my fucking lifetime.
Bruh, I don't know who's buying these tickets or who's getting on this fucking boat or what the fuck is happening, but I'm going to say negative, sir.
Who invested in this bullshit?
My nigga, I'm serious. It's a real thing.
I'm just saying whoever invested in this is
dumb.
fucking stupid.
You're dumb.
You are so dumb.
But
It's going to make for a really good second movie.
it's really going to get... Bruh. Look, my note literally says, history always repeats itself.
My nigga. Wow. I'm not
ready.
I want to talk to whoever's buying a ticket.
I want to talk to somebody who's buying a ticket. When I read everything and it was like Titanic #2 will set sail in 2022. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I was like, and it's taking the same route as the original Titanic. I was like, oh no.
Nope.
I will not invest in that.
Hell no.
The fuck? Why?
I mean, they probably are going to be like, oh, we got iceberg detection and shit now.
yeah.
More advanced technology. I don't fuck with Mother Nature.
Yeah.
That bitch is a beast.
She was telling us something originally for a reason. Like, what the fuck?
Niggas don't want to listen.
Okay.
It's like when your mom sees you fall on your face and she's like, nigga, I told you to stop jumping on the bed. That's what the fuck you get.
Exactly. But you wanted to jump on the bed again after the first time I told you not to jump on the bed. And this is what the fuck happens. It's the same shit.
Yep.
Well, I'm not taking that Titanic.
Mama gonna knock you out.
Iceberg gonna knock you out.
Nice curves for your iceberg.
Bruh, I don't know. When I read that, I was like, yep, not happening.
Wow.
Only sorry that I'm gonna say only white people are gonna ride that boat.
You think so?
Yeah.
And the black people that write it are probably Republican.
Shout out to Rook.
Look, you riding the ice. You riding the iceberg express.
Yo, Rogue, let us know if you're gonna be on the Titanic.
Yo, these are all jokes.
Say no to doors, and I'll never let go comments because you gonna die.
I just want to say, these are all jokes. If you're a Black Republican, that's your right, and I respect that.
Why are you so PC?
I just feel like you're someone that would ride the Titanic.
Me?
No, I'm talking to my Black Republican
Got
friends.
it.
My thought is that you're so open-minded. You're open-minded enough to consider riding the Titanic too.
The same route. Like the Titanic 2 wasn't even like a pointer where I was just like, oh my God, no. But when it said the same route, I was like, oh.
That's crazy.
So you like to live life dangerously.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So, Ro Knows tagged us in a meme, and I forget exactly what the meme said, but it presented an interesting thought. If you are in a relationship and your significant other likes photos of sexy ladies, is that a problem?
I don't know if it said sexy ladies, but it definitely
didn't
said.
say that.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Okay. So
It said it's awkward if when you see a post and the first thing it says is your significant other's name likes this picture.
Right.
So my question is that if it's a picture of a sexy lady, it tells you my man likes this photo. Is that enough to cause an argument or
it's not enough to
discussion?
It's not enough to cause an argument or a discussion, but it is definitely enough for me to be aware.
So listen to this shit. So I'm in line with that. I feel like I'd be such a cornball approaching my significant other. Like, why do you like this photo? If a bitch is bad, it's like, I like it.
I might like it.
I like it. You know, it's just a like. If he's commenting like, God damn, with the hard eyes, I'm going to be like, whoa. Let's be respectful. Now, what I will say is that there's someone I know personally that is married that I was on my like discover tab and they were liking pictures of women like back to back to back.
The same shorty?
To back. Like different shorties all within the same like type. And those were like the only pictures he was liking. And I'm like, yo, if I was your lady and I'm like, nigga, like a chick, like a race car, like a post from Kevin Hart. Like I need some diversification. But if I see you like nothing but pictures of bitches, now that's something I think worth having a conversation over.
Okay.
Because I'm like, what do you go on IG for? To look at pictures of bitches or just looking at it as a social media outlet? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not here to police the way you use social media. However, if you primarily use it as an opportunity to look at other women, like is like I just want to better understand my partner, because I may not want to be with a nigga that fetishizes over, ooh, let me get on Instagram, look at these bitches.
Right. No, I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are we on the same page with that?
I think that we're on the same page. I think that kind of goes in line with what I was originally saying, which is if you are liking a shorty's page, let's say she's in a bikini and she's bent over and her ass looks fat. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would like the picture too.
Like, I get it. I'd
be like, damn, her ass is fat.
Yeah.
You might like it. I might comment. That's all I'm saying. So it's all I'm saying. Now, if then I go on shorty's page and I see that you've liked all of the pictures of her being in a bikini, I think I may have a conversation. I'm not gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is up with you and shorty? I'm not gonna be like, yo, why are you doing this? But I'm gonna be like, hey, like, do we need to discuss further, like, where maybe boundaries may be or how you feel about a certain situation? Because if I was to like this, if the roles were reversed and I was to like something and you then go on that person's page and you see the last 6 posts of this person being in this exact type of I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, like
type,
yeah, just
body type,
yeah, like
whatever.
Body type, same style of picture, would you feel a certain type of way? And most likely the answer would be yes. So if you feel that way and I'm telling you that I probably am going to start feeling this way, then maybe we need to establish a boundary. I'm not saying that you can't like pictures like this. I'm just saying that be very aware of the message that you are relaying by doing so.
Got it.
You know?
Got it.
Is that too much?
No,
I think that's fair.
no, it's in alignment. You know, we're talking about this and it's making me think of a real life situation. And I have a PSA.
Oh, yes. I love PSAs.
You know, we have a friend and they're going through something right now where they're dating someone new
Yes.
that has weird social media rules.
Yes.
And I just want to say that if you're in a relationship where your partner is out the gate telling you who you can and can't follow, who you can and can't be friends with, I've been in that situation. In fact, I got a little bit of a personal story.
Please share.
I was in a relationship, a toxic relationship with this guy. You know, I still love him to this day. But I was just young. He was insecure. We just were a fucking mess. And he didn't like me having male friends at all. So I had this really close friend named George. And I love George. I still love George to this day. Like, that's the homie. And I remember George hitting me up and I'm like, listen, George, I really hate to do this, but my current boyfriend doesn't want me to have any more male friends, so I can't talk to you anymore. He said, I totally get it. I respect that. Whatever, right? So fast forward like maybe 8 months to a year later, I go to my boyfriend's house and my instinct in my gut to this day tells me that he was hiding a bitch in his bedroom.
Really?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
I forget what was the first red flag, but what it came down to was him not letting me go inside his bedroom. He, like, even if I had God literally manifested by my side, he was not going to move out my fucking way and let me in that room.
Yeah, clearly there was something happening.
And I was like, nigga, if you don't let me in this fucking room, we're fucking done. And I'm like, and if it's a bitch in this room, you better hope I never find out who the fuck you are, because I'm going to fuck you up, bitch. I will fucking change your life. It was a crazy day. It was a crazy day.
It was a crazy yet entertaining.
I just remember an umbrella, someone getting hit with an umbrella, and some crazy shit happened. Now, just as a reference, I think I was maybe 20, somewhere between 22 and 24 when this went down. I'm in my 30s now. So I've grown a lot since, but you can still catch this umbrella, fam. But
rainy day or not.
I don't care what the forecast says.
You know?
But I was so fucking pissed. And I was in my car and I had like this fake ass BlackBerry flip phone, but it wasn't a BlackBerry. It was an LG that looked like a BlackBerry. It was so cute. It was purple. And
I think I had the same phone.
it was like purple with swirls on it.
Yeah, and you
It had
would
a little
slide it
screen
on and the
front.
little screen was just on the top part of it.
Yeah.
I had that phone.
Sprint, shout out to you back when I
Metro.
used to fuck with you. Anyway, so I'm on the phone like, you fucking piece of shit. I can't. And I'm driving like crazy. I'm about to hop on 275. I'm like, you motherfucker. And I fucking throw my phone so hard in my car that my phone shattered in like a million pieces.
I know you hated yourself after
And I was
that.
like, damn, nigga, I don't have a fucking phone. How am I going to talk to people? So I go to Sprint. And I'm like in a hustle and bustle, like, let me get a fucking phone. So if a nigga call me back, I can let him know what's up. Let me go get a fucking replacement phone so I'm good in the game. So I run up and Sprint, all mad. And then George works there.
What?
And George is like, Sarah. And I was like, George. I feel so bad because I'm in here mad because my fuck ass boyfriend did some shit that then prompted me to break my fucking phone because I'm yelling at him over some bitch. And then I go into Sprint to get a replacement phone, and the person that I decided not to be friends with anymore over this nigga is gonna be the person helping me with my replacement phone.
Yo, life is funny that way.
Ain't life funny?
Life is funny that way.
I was like, I am so sorry, and no matter what, I will never ever do anything like that to you ever again.
So that
and I
leads-
learned my lesson.
Okay.
And I made a rule for myself that if I'm ever in a relationship with someone that tells me I can't be friends with people, I am not going to be with that person because they're an immature little bitch. And that's exactly what the fuck I mean. And if a nigga want to see me, then see me.
Okay, so I have two interesting questions off of this.
Okay.
One, if a person that you are in a relationship with asks you for valid reasons upon themselves that they don't want you to be friends with someone, is it just simply a respect thing for you to oblige?
No.
You're not co-signing on any of that.
Okay.
For example,
I can give you a real life example to make it very clear what I mean by no.
And then I'm going to counteract that. Go ahead.
I, in my most recent relationship, and when we first started dating, my ex still had a friendship with an ex, also had a friendship with a woman who made it very clear that she's probably crushing on him. He had a birthday party in which the ex was invited.
You was a G.
She was dating someone new, but either way, she was invited to the party. I didn't bitch about it. I allowed it. Shorty came. She was respectful. She knew what the deal was. As for this other munchkin little bitch, she shows up. She's cool for the majority of the party, but I think at the end, when drinks started flowing and things started getting loose, she came out her mouth and said some slick shit that I did not particularly like. So then the conversation with my partner was this. Not that he can't be friends with her anymore, but I got a problem with this bitch for reasons ABC, XYZ. She's no longer invited in my home. And if she ever hosts anything in which we're invited, I will not be attending. And then I leave the door open to see what this nigga's gonna do. Because if you know that I don't fuck with this bitch, but you still go out of your way to fuck with this bitch, then you might get nixed too.
Yeah. I think
I'm gonna leave it up to you.
I think that's a very important factor that you're stating. I think that a lot of people, I mean, especially when you're younger, I think a lot of people tend to say you can't be friends with this person or you can be friends with it. But that comes a lot from insecurity. I think that comes a lot from self. If you feel that this person behaves a certain type of way that's going to allow your significant other to buy into that and then react a certain type of way too, that's just in your head. I am a strong believer today as a 33-year-old woman, and I have learned this with time, that whether you allow or don't allow or create restrictions for your partner, they're still going to do whatever the fuck they want to do, regardless of what you say. So your best bet is to not create any animosity, not to create any restrictions, and allow that person to be who they want to be and allow that person to do what they want to do. In time, if all you say is all I need you to do is respect me, and if you wouldn't want something done to you, don't do it to me, in time, that person's going to show you with their actions whether or not you need them in your life, whether or not you want to have them in your life, and what you need to do moving forward. Because people are going to do them regardless.
Can I be completely honest? Which, by the way, I'm going to wrap up the story by saying that my ex did not take particular interest in maintaining a friendship with that person. They were cordial and respectful, but he didn't go out of his way to be like, yo, I'm like, that's my dog. I'm going to the birthdays and this and that. Like, I just feel like if you clearly see that someone disrespected your partner, you should feel a way about that and maybe create a little bit of distance. Like, how can I be friends with someone who blatantly disrespects my partner? Like, we could be cool, but we ain't going to be on it hard body like that.
Do you feel like it's their responsibility to check them?
I didn't expect him to check it. However, if she would have been like, why don't we hang out? Why don't we hang out? Why don't we hang out? And she's pressing the issue, I do feel at some point he should be completely honest and be like, hey, based off this incident and you weren't respectful of my partner, it's just kind of made things awkward and whatever. I think it's worth mentioning. But if he chooses to completely avoid the person and avoid the conversation, as long as a bitch is not in my house, ain't up in my space, and I'm not getting played in a situation, I don't care if he checks it or not.
Okay, I think we're on the same page.
Because the thing is that she's only going to be able to do what she's allowed to do.
Right, whatever you allow her to do is what she's going to get away with.
So my thing is, like, if you feel like checking her is going to help her not re-enter, then do that. If you feel like avoiding it is sufficient enough, that's fine as well. I just want to say this, because I think that the individual that's kind of going through this right now obviously listens to the podcast and they're going to hear this. I say this with all love and all due respect. Okay, but I'm going to be completely honest here.
Before you say that, yes, Yes, it's you.
Yes, it's you. I just want to say this. If you allow your partner to tell you who you can't be friends with and you comply to that, I just want you to know that this person, I don't know if I want to say him, her, whatever. I don't want to be too telling. But the partner that's requesting this has an insecurity, and you complying to this request is an insecurity. And it's the blind leading the blind. So
It's enabling.
I do feel that it's by complying, you're insecure in a sense that, oh man, if I let this bitch go, like, am I ever going to find somebody else? I don't want to take that risk. So I'm going to just settle for this bullshit.
Right.
And I just want you to know you're so deserving. And there's
So
a lot of
deserving.
dick or vagina out there for you.
So deserving.
That's easygoing and that's going to love all of your friends.
And like, what's not to like about your friends? They're dope as fuck.
Not
Just
to
saying.
say who those friends are.
It's me, nigga. I'm the friend.
And that is all.
Finito.
We love you. Fuck that bitch. I'm ready to fight at any given moment.
Christ. All
All right. So it's time to get dark. Someone
Okay.
someone close to me is getting a divorce.
Again?
Someone close to me is getting a divorce. And we talked a lot. And I want to discuss my true feelings about divorce now that I'm actually divorced.
Okay.
And this is my thought. I feel that if you're married, it's super important to explore every option before making the decision about divorce. Okay. But once you know that your partner doesn't want to put in the effort to explore those options, and that their first thought is to leave and to abandon you, that can make you less interested in fighting for your marriage. And that's a very difficult thing to deal with. The person that I know, they're kind of in that dynamic. And it's like, even if you give yourself your values, like marriage, no matter what, if we go through problems, I'm going to just do everything in my power to stick with it. But you can't control another individual. And it's like, I feel like life is too short to beg someone to want you.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good to put the message out there that I'm willing to go to counseling if that's what you want to do. I'm willing to try doing something different. But if they're like, nah, nigga, I'm just done. Like, let's get the divorce. I'm going to be like, okay, now I don't want you because it's kind of like, I like who like me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things. The moment I see you don't want me no more, I'm just like, all right, I'm good on that. You know, what are your thoughts on that? Because it's like an oxymoron. It's like, I believe that marriage is through thick and through thin and that exploring every fucking option. But at the same time, I'm going to throw in the towel if you gave up on me.
I don't necessarily think that it's throwing in the towel, though. I think that if you approach every scenario in a way of trying to remedy it, then that's not throwing in the towel. Like, you're saying, okay, what can we do? Do we go to therapy? If you don't like this, can I change this? If you do like this, can I make that be me? Mm-hmm. I think that that's putting in the effort when it comes to marriage. However, if that other person is so set in their ways that they're not willing to budge the way that you are willing to budge, you can't force someone to love you. You can't force someone to be the same type of person that you are as far as when it comes to putting in the work. Mm-hmm. So why would you live the rest of your life till death do us part being miserable? Mm-hmm. That's not fair to you.
Trying to be with someone that obviously is just so ready to give up on you.
Exactly. Like, that's not fair to you, because at the end of the day, I think that happiness is paramount, and you fulfilling something for someone else and not for yourself, what are you getting out of that?
Yeah. I think for myself, I'm kind of questioning whether or not I would get married again.
Really?
And yeah, I mean, I would like to one day. I feel like I deserve that, but I feel like my expectations going into the marriage, I think that I need to have a very firm conversation that I'm like, if you marry me, just know that my intentions are to be married forever. And if you're the type of person that wants to tap out, I don't want to do that. You know, we had the conversation when Rook was here, and Rook kind of thought it was crazy when Jonathan and I were talking about, like, if it's just meant for us not to be together, we're going to get a divorce. And Rook is like, that's fucking crazy, because you're going into it knowing that it's going to be so easy to tap out. And it's like, now I just kind of rethink things. I'm not saying that that was the right or wrong thing to do, but I think that for myself, I tried that. That didn't necessarily work out for me. Now I kind of want to try something different, which means that if you're going to put a ring on my finger, know that the way I view marriage is that it's forever. And know that if you marry me, just know that no matter what, I expect you to be committed to me, and that we're both going to be willing to work.
Right.
So I think I'm seeing some changes in myself when
That's
it comes
important.
to the topic
And I
of
think
divorce.
that every lesson in life should bring, you know, enlightenment for things to come.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Do you have more emo stuff?
I do.
Okay.
Do you want me to just get the email stuff out the way?
Yes.
Okay. 2. I had my anxiety's getting a little fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's so fucking weird. I think I'm handling it really well,
Mm-hmm.
in a sense that people don't know that I struggle with anxiety.
Okay.
But there are things happening inside of me that are just very concerning.
Okay, tell me. Maybe I've gone through them.
Okay, so I went to a Kizomba Praktika, which is basically like when you go to like a dance lesson, and then they follow it up with like a little mini party that allows you to apply the dance moves or the
To that
skills
party,
that you
right.
learned at the party. So a lot of times if you go to a standalone Praktika, whether it's a salsa, whatever the case is, they usually started off with like a little mini class. I don't know what I was expecting, but I like Kizomba. I went to the Praktika. I got there and I kind of saw that everyone knew each other.
So you were the oddball.
And I was just like, oh my God. And I was overdressed, which I hope.
You're always overdressed.
I'm always overdressed. And I was just kind of hanging out while they were setting the music up and whatever, because they were running behind on schedule. Next thing you know, I pay, by the way, to go to this thing. Next thing you know, the lights turn off, the music turns on, and people start coupling up and dancing.
What?
And I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. I couldn't do it. I could
You didn't
not.
even try to stay?
No, because there was no drinks. It was not going to be an all night thing. It was only for an hour. It was like people that knew each other. That's like, hey, let's practice these moves that we've previously learned. But I'm like, no one knows me. I don't know anyone. I'm not trying to do no weird icebreakers. I'm like, this is just my mind. I just got into my own head and I'm like, okay, this gonna be too hard. And I just fucking left. And it pisses me off, my nigga, because I take a shower, I get cute, I do my makeup, I'm there for like 10 minutes and I pay. And I'm like,
Time to go.
nope. Shim it up now.
Blah, blah, blah.
Gotta go.
Which-
and I'm such a I'm in my car like slapping my forehead like, you're so fucking stupid.
Are you really?
I don't know if I actually slapped my head, but that was the feeling. Like, you're so fucking dumb, bro.
No, I get it. I would probably feel the same way. Which kind of like segues me before we continue with the story. For all of you guys thought that I was the one on the fucking poll on the Instagram story that left just because she didn't know it, you guys were wrong. That was so
It
wrong.
was me. It was me.
It was so wrong.
Definitely.
The fuck?
We also went to salsa dancing on Wednesday.
We did to the roundup.
Which was cool. I left there to go do something, but I started to kind of lose interest once I kind of realized certain people weren't asking me to dance. I start getting in my head where I'm like, people don't want to fucking dance with me.
Nigga, you dance more than all of us.
Yeah, but with the same fucking person that kept asking me to dance.
So?
And I'm like, these guys, they're fucking looking at me and they think I'm too fat. You fat girls can dance too, you piece of shit.
You're not
I fucking hate you motherfuckers.
Wow.
Why can't fat girls come out and dance salsa like everybody else? And I just get in my head and I'm just like, fuck this. I'm out of here. You motherfuckers.
I'm pretty sure other things had a lot to do with why you left, but
No, but that was definitely, that happens to me every time I go.
But Rome,
The thought process. I know I'm in my head.
I know it kind of low key makes me mad because
It
it's
makes me
like
mad too.
because I'm like, first off, You're not even as fat as you perceive yourself to
But
be.
I'm a fucking gummy bear.
You're not.
Gummy bears are delicious, by the way.
No, you're
But
not.
I am.
No, you're not. First off, I'm going to be 100. Can I be 100?
Sure.
Okay. Your boobs and your butt weigh like 100 pounds put together.
Okay.
Okay. So if you subtract that from your weight right now, let's be 100. You're a skinny bitch.
Nah.
If you take, okay, let's take your boobs out. Let's take your butt out.
I would look like a bitch that drinks beer all day.
Okay.
I would look like a lima bean with legs.
So imagine just getting rid of your belly.
I'd look like SpongeBob.
What?
That's what the fuck I'd look like without boobs and ass.
No.
Stop trying to be a good friend
I'm
and tricking me
not.
into thinking that my body is like skinny. It's not, bitch.
I didn't. No. See, that's not what I'm saying.
What you saying?
I'm not saying that your body's skinny. I'm saying that for yourself, would I say support you in losing weight? By all means, because you're so short that I think that I'm being 100. I think that you're so short that any weight that you gain is going to be noticeably significant.
Like if I lose 5 pounds, that'll make a big difference.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you gain 5 pounds, it's going to make a big difference.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. But now if you subtract numbers wise, your boobs and your butt, you're really not that big. So if you were to lose weight and take care of yourself, you don't have to lose that much weight for you to be slim thick. I say if you were to lose 25 pounds, you would look significantly different to the point.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
For sure.
And for most people, they're like, oh my God, 25 pounds is not even that big of a deal. If you were to lose 25 pounds, my nigga, you would look completely different.
Dude, I have a picture of myself where I used to wear like this jean romper back in the day. One picture, I was like 185. The other picture, I was 170, something like that. It was a 15-pound difference. No, it was 180 versus 165.
And it was drastic.
Bro, it went from being tight to super baggy.
That's
it was
what I'm
such
saying.
a drastic. I feel that. My point is, I do feel that thick girls, bigger girls in the salsa world and community, they get asked for less dances than the other girls.
I think that's the Spanish world altogether. I think that men perceive Spanish women to be these like
J-Lo's.
like this sensational, sexual, symbolic creature. And we're not all built that way.
That said, I think that some of my thoughts are valid.
No, for sure. For sure.
But I know I'm a bad bitch. It doesn't affect my self-esteem, but I'm just like, why can't I go out and have niggas look beyond, you know,
My titties.
the thickness, that's the fat, the fluff? Why can't you look past the fluff and just dance with me, nigga? I got feet. What the fuck?
And I know how to dance.
Yeah.
The fuck?
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
And I think I just start getting in my head and then I'm like, yo, I'm out of here. So that's number 2 on the anxiety tip.
Okay.
Okay. Number 3. I have a friend of mine who went from not dating at all to now dating all these different, like, great candidates.
Great candidates.
I'm like, where's she meeting them?
Loosely.
Great candidates.
I'm stating that loosely.
I'm based off what's being explained to me. Here's what I'll describe as a great candidate. Let's stop being doubtful. Okay. Seal's rolling her fucking eyes. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
You got a job. You have an actual career that's fucking like impressive.
Right.
Meaning you're an engineer, you're a doctor, you're
Killing the game.
okay. You got a degree or degrees. You got a whip. You like money's not an issue. Like these are good candidates. These are not like, hey, we could go on a date, but I need you to pick me up. That's a bullshit candidate.
Damn, I've been there.
And I've been there too.
I think I might be there.
But my point is she's meeting guys that have careers, that are educated, that are financially stable, that don't have baby mama drama. Where are you meeting them? Plenty of fish. Which is some bullshit. Okay, so listen, I'm like, let me try it. She told me you're going to get a lot of fucking messages. She was like, but just focus on the good ones, delete the other ones. I tried it and it is making, I had a mini anxiety attack. And the reason why is because y'all know, I've talked about it before. I'm living with multiple sclerosis. Unless you're listening for the first time, welcome to the CEO and Rome podcast. My name's Rome. I have multiple sclerosis.
Cheers.
Multiple sclerosis is a chronic disease with no cure, and a lot of people don't know what the fuck it is. So I found out I had MS during my last relationship. So now I'm dating for the first time as a person with a chronic disease that has no cure. And I'm like, oh my God, who the fuck? Like, when do I tell someone this? How do I deal reactions to this? What if someone's like, yo, I really like you as a person, but I don't know if I could be involved with someone who has a chronic disease? How do I avoid punching that motherfucker in the face? Like, I have all these interesting new ideas, and I had a mini panic attack because I'm like, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
I just spit. I'm not ready for this. And I've deactivated my Plenty of Fish maybe 4 or 5 times since I signed up on Friday night. Because that's how overwhelming it is.
Bruh. Mind you, my friend messages me. It's like 11 o'clock at night, first of all. And she messages me and she's like, Zio, let's do this together. And she sends me a screenshot of the Plenty of Fish app. And I message her. I'm like, bro, I did that already. I did that like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just super fucking overwhelming. Like the moment that you
100
create
messages probably the first night.
The moment you create your account, you already have 10 messages.
Yo, fish hooks left and right.
Crazy. And I'm like, I'll do it just because I love you and I'm going to support you. But I'm telling you right now, I don't like it. Mm-hmm. So we're literally at the same time creating the app, creating the account, all of that stuff. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. It's not only overwhelming, it's extremely comical.
Yeah, it is.
I'm literally sending Rome screenshots. I'm like, wait. This nigga's in jail, my nigga. Like, I can see everything around him screams cell. Like, this is a cell. And he is dressed in all white on a Plenty of Fish account.
Yeah, I've seen like a guy that was in a picture with a chick and she was like standing behind him with her arms around him and he like cropped her head out and that was one of his photos. I'm like, this shit is just crazy. But you know what? I did meet one person on there. That's pretty cool. We've been having some great conversation. He listens to the podcast now.
Regardless.
He listens to the podcast now. He said to tell you that he said hello.
Oh, hi.
Great conversation. I'm just going to be honest. I only met you once, so I don't know what's there. I'm not putting myself in a position to make decisions based off first time meetings, but super cool dude. Great conversation. Definitely would like to go out with him again. But I think that I need to get my ass off Plenty of Fish because I personally don't know that I'm interested in dating, because most guys that are dating, right, they have intentions. They're like, every time I look at a profile, seeking long-term relationship, or they're inboxing me like, what are you looking for? I'm like, nigga, I ain't looking for shit. Nigga, I don't know. I don't know.
I really don't know.
I really think that I joined Plenty of Fish to have like a backup plan.
I can see that.
Meet new people, kind of see what happens, see if I still got it. Weird little reasons.
Got it, boo.
Yeah, see little shit like that. But to be honest, I'm kind of a hater of people.
Yeah, I don't like people that much.
And I think that there's really no space in my life right now for me to meet people. And to be honest with you, if I met someone that was a potentially good candidate for me in terms of dating, I don't think I'd treat them right because I'm such a bitter little bitch right now.
You are kind of bitter.
Yeah, I am. And no one deserves that. So I'm just playing games on Plenty of Fish for anyone listening. I'm just playing games with you. So just run in the opposite direction.
Even the guy that you went on a date with?
No, I really think that at a minimum, we can be friends.
Okay.
Now, if he's like, yo, I'm feeling her for something more, and I'm still friend zoning him, then I say, sir, you should definitely run in the opposite direction, because being friend zoned is not cool when you really feeling somebody. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you right now, I don't really know yet. Stay tuned. In the meantime, however, we talked about this on another podcast in which we were interviewed, and I kind of mentioned that I was dating someone, and they were like, how the fuck are you dating if you're married? And
it slipped up, honestly.
That slipped up.
Right.
That interview will drop soon.
Yes, I'm so excited about that, by the way.
But I will say that, my ex is aware that I kind of moved on and started dating and stuff. And this is in no way to draw any attention or to disrespect him. I'm just being open and honest with the people that listen to the show and are really engaged with what we're doing. But I did start dating someone else, and I started feeling stuff.
Oh my God, I can't.
And I just don't think it's smart for anyone to jump out of a relationship and then start feeling things for the very first person that they start dating coming out of a relationship.
Brian, I can't do this.
Don't comment then. Let me fucking talk, nigga.
Okay, I can't. I'm going to take another sip of my tea.
My point is that I think it's smart for me to be single, diversify, and fucking make sure that I got options and take my time. Like, I just got out of something crazy, but at the same time, it's like I really like this other person. So I'm going through the classic torn between two things. All in all, I think I should make a commitment to self to be single for at least 1 full year following my divorce. If I decide to allocate my attention to one individual more so than other individuals, that's fine. But I need to make the effort to keep my options open. And it's a struggle, but I'm trying. Don't know if Plenty of Fish is the right option for me.
I literally have been saying this for the last month.
I know. I'm following the advice of my BFF, but I agree with it. I agree with it. I would give that same advice to someone else.
Right. And I wish, and I'm glad that you're saying this, because my wish was for me to not be coming off too strong to you.
No.
Or
you're
like
keeping
if
it a buck.
like I'm keeping it, like I would want you to say that to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I would.
So exactly. So
and
I'm
I
like,
have.
exactly. And vice versa. I'm like, no, I'm going to tell my friend, like, relax, take your time.
Yeah.
Keep your options open. It's okay if you feel this way, but just be aware that you should, because I think that once you start to become invested is because you're solely invested in that specific moment, in that specific feeling, in that specific person.
Yeah.
So if you open up your options, you may start to see things differently.
The great thing is that the person that I did catch feelings for, they don't listen to the podcast. I don't know that they ever will. And if they do, hey,
how you doing?
I don't want him to know that I'm dating other people. I think that it would make him feel away.
Okay.
For sure. And my intentions are not to hurt his feelings, but he's so open-minded that I think he would be like, you know what?
It makes sense.
He's like, you're young. I'm not offering you a commitment. I do think you have the right to explore that. But, you know, I'd be lying if I were to tell you that it bothers me that you'd be involved with other guys. It's kind of hard for me to be invested in you if I know that you're still considering other options.
And that's fine.
I really think that that's the message he would give me. So, I don't know. I got to find balance between these two emotions.
Day at a time.
A day at a time.
Day at a time. Any more emo shit over there? Yes.
No, that's all emo. That's all the emo.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh my God. Did I delete my fucking notes? No. Okay. Boom. I got a funny yet serious topic.
Let's do this.
I have a question for all the fellas out there, and I need you guys to respond. I need to have an answer.
Okay.
I want to know why. ¿Por qué? Why do y'all send dick pictures without being asked? I didn't ask you for what your member looks like. I didn't ask you for me to receive something that may or may not make me feel some type of way. Why? What about my social media platform makes you feel like I want a dick picture from you? Have you received random dick pictures?
No, I don't get them.
Oh.
I don't.
Maybe it's me then.
I don't get random dick pics.
Never. Never have you ever.
I cannot tell you the last one someone sent me a dick pic unrequested. Okay. However, there is someone that I know that met a guy that was psycho, kind of like the guy you met a couple weeks ago.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Like, you got a man, why something about your baby daddy, and like asking Matt questions like, nigga, we just met. Like, right. Oh my God, you're crazy. And And then it's kind of like as he sensed that she was becoming unresponsive and she was about to tap out, it was like he sent the dick pic out of nowhere, like that was going to salvage the situation. He's like, oh shit, she sensed my crazy. She's about to leave. Let me send her this dick pic. That'll bring her back.
Let me show you what I'm working with.
Y'all feeling yourselves too much.
Yeah, because a lot of the times I'm like, ooh, something's wrong with it. It looks like dry. You need lotion.
Can I give you my idea of why they do it? I think that men think that we think like them. And they're like, yo, I'll put up with a crazy bitch if she got good pussy. And a lot of dudes will fuck with a crazy bitch if, you know, be like, yo, let me bring this crazy bitch over, fuck the shit out of her, send her on her way. And then, you know, that's why they lie. That's why they create fairy tales and do all this shit just for the pussy. I think that they think that we think like them, that they're like, oh, this bitch hates me, but if I send her this dick pic, that'll bring her back. We don't think like y'all.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that's not even close to being factual.
Like, you would actually, I will be honest though, like in the toxic relationship that I was talking about earlier in the episode where the guy asked me not to be friends with George anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like the sex was what kept me in that relationship a lot longer.
So you're saying that you were the type of person to kind of deal with the crazy.
But I already had a sexual relationship with him. So it was like the sex just kept pulling me back because the sex was so amazing. However, if we've never had sex before and we've never met before, we have no relationship, no connection, and you just send me a photograph of a penis, that's not going to entice me. Send me a picture of some money and be like, yo, what's your Cash App handle?
Really?
What's your Cash App handle, ma?
Yo.
Treat yourself. That's going to catch my attention.
Listen, I don't care about any of that. Like, I really don't care about any of that. I don't care about what your dick looks like. I really don't care about whether or not you're going to send me a picture of money. I don't care what you can cash at me. I don't give a fuck about any of that.
I am talking shit, but if a nigga's like, hey, I'd love to buy you some lunch. I've been really busy lately. Why don't you let me send you some money? You can go get your nails done or whatever. What's your Cash App? I might not give it to him because I'm like, no, nigga, you doing too much. But I'd be like, that would catch my attention more so than a dick pic.
Yeah, I agree to that.
Like,
for
try
sure.
that. Try that, guys.
I just feel
if
like
you're going to try something stupid, try that instead.
Oh, I got so much things to say, but I'm not going to say them on here.
Okay, before we move forward, I forgot I have one more emo thing. I received flowers at work this week from someone that I'm not feeling.
Okay.
It was a very large bouquet. In fact.
My brother just made me a drink because I asked him for it via text.
Wow, I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
Brother. Say hello to the people.
What's going on, people?
Wow. Drink on command. So here's the deal. This floral arrangement is suitable for a banquet table.
Yeah, it's weird.
Centerpiece.
It's
a
weird.
wedding centerpiece.
A
A church centerpiece when you get down on your knees and pray at the altar.
Yep.
A funeral centerpiece that you sit on top of a fucking casket. This is not the type of bouquet that you send to someone at work that you have a crush on. And I just want to say that it was very overwhelming and that I used to be that bitch that if I saw a coworker who got an amazing bouquet from someone that she wasn't feeling, I would be so jelly. But now that I am that person who received a large bouquet of flowers from someone that I'm not particularly interested in, I just want to say that it is very fucking awkward and it makes me sad because I'm like, this would be great if it came from someone that I actually fucking liked. Why didn't the person I like send me this shit?
I feel like that a lot, so I can't even say anything to rebuttal it. Like, I feel like that all the time.
Yeah, it's like, this would be great if it came from the right place. Being single, I'm newly single. These are just my random thoughts. I'm not gonna lie if I were to say that I didn't need y'all support. So I'm interested in hearing your feedback.
I just feel like
I'm venting.
I get it. And I just feel like, but sometimes I have to be aware, right? So I have to be aware about the fact that just because I want someone or I want someone to be behaving some type of way, that doesn't mean that that's not what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So I have to be accepting and just, continue to plant seeds because I get what I want.
Yeah. It's like, man, when the person you don't like is just buying you gifts and like gifts is my love language and stuff. It's like wrong person.
Gifts is your love language.
This is coming from the wrong person. Anyway, sorry. That's the end of my emo rant. I just left that off earlier.
Which, this is a perfect segue to my next topic.
Great.
Last night we went out and we ended up at Village Inn eating late dinner / early breakfast. And we were having conversations and you were laughing a lot about the things that I was saying. A lot.
Such as?
You were laughing a lot at me. And I wasn't necessarily...
I don't recall.
You were laughing a lot at me. And I was a little disturbed. And it came to this note. And I'm not okay. My listeners, our listeners, I'm not okay. I don't understand how I can support my friends crazy at all times. But the moment Zio gets a little weird, a little crazy, Rome wants to look at me like I have a third eye. Like something's not right in my head.
We can't talk about this if you can't be completely transparent.
Oh, you want me to?
At least take the names out.
Okay, I won't say
Because
the names.
I don't want people viewing me like I'm a judgmental, unsupportive bitch.
But I have to give a disclaimer before I do so.
Okay.
So Zio is very much the type of person where she plants seeds. I am very much the type of person where I plant seeds. If I want something, I plant seeds and I kind of work off of those seeds that I've planted to let it become something that is real, even if at some point I don't necessarily believe that that's what it is.
In other words, if Seal's feeling someone, instead of her talking to you directly and letting her know she likes you, she's going to leave a bunch of breadcrumbs and hope that you pick them up.
Correct. Because I'm not the type of person that likes to do the chasing, but I like to be chased.
So she's like, I'm really feeling this nigga, but I'm going to leave the breadcrumbs and make him fall in love with me.
Right. It works every time. So there is this situation that is happening right now. And I literally look to my friend and I'm like, Rome, I love him. Mind you, I don't know this person on a personal level at all. Like, we've interacted on social media maybe a couple times and it's nowhere near.
You've never broke bread together.
I've never broke bread with this nigga. I've never interacted with this
You've
nigga.
never looked him in his eyes.
I've never looked him in his eyes, but Lord, if I looked him in his eyes, I swear to God.
Okay.
It's never been anything like that. But I've planted a seed, and you can co-sign on this or not. The seeds that I've planted thus far have worked.
You've caught his attention for sure.
I have definitely caught his attention
I can
for
give you
sure.
that.
Okay. So I am in that specific space right now. So now this is a person of caliber to a certain degree. So I'm looking at Rome and I'm like, Rome, I love him. And she's like, what? I'm like, he's going to be my baby daddy. And she's like, no.
You want more kids?
She's like, I thought you said you didn't want any more kids. I'm like, I don't. But he may change my mind. Like, if he wanted more kids, I may give him another kid. And she's like, what the fuck? You don't... Bro, she's just like going against everything that I'm saying. And I'm like, that's not cool. Like, I support my friends crazy.
I wasn't going against. I just did a lot of laughing.
Against me.
I did laugh. I laughed. A lot. Because this shit's funny as fuck, bro.
But it's working.
I can't wait to see this work out in your favor. But I'm going to laugh. In the meantime, why can't I laugh, bro?
You can, but I think it's not supporting my crazy. Wait, time out. So are you saying that you think it's going to work?
I think anything's possible. I mean, Here's my thing, though. I think you need to do what works for you.
This works for me.
However,
I know you're more direct. You're more blunt.
However, I feel that you could benefit from being more direct in terms of speeding things along. There's ways to be direct without coming off thirsty. Yo, I really like your style. We should get together the next time I'm in such and such town. Boom, here's my number. You don't do that.
I don't do that. But I think that
But you see how that's not like, hey, I love you, you're my baby daddy, call me so we can get right to it.
that's not me being drunk at Village and like, I'm going to have his kid.
I just feel like there's a middle ground. Like, yo, I'm digging
Right.
your style. Next time I'm in town, it'd be dope if we could link up. Here's
And
my number. And then that's a breadcrumb. That's a big ass breadcrumb.
Right. And I get it. And I agree with you. I just feel like that's your approach.
Obviously.
Right. So where I'm saying that, like, I'd like to, I know what it is. Like, I like to lead like that, almost like borderline mysterious. I still want to know more. I think she likes me, but I'm not too sure.
But I think that's fronting. That's fronting. You ain't being a buck because you want to give off the impression that you don't give a fuck. Meanwhile, you're at Village Inn telling your bestie that you love this nigga and want to have besties. So you're creating this very false illusion. I feel like there needs to be middle ground. If you, I feel like do whatever works for you. I'm going to be supportive of that, but I'm going to laugh in the meantime because I'm just like, what is there to lose by being subtle? Because like the example I just gave you of leaving the big breadcrumb, it's not saying like I want to have your babies. It's giving a nigga your number. And if he gets in his feels one day, he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to text Shorty from Twitter or whatnot. He's got the number. Now he has the resource to do so. So you're providing him with the tools to do what's necessary with said breadcrumbs. Right now, you're leaving such small breadcrumbs that they can be easily confused with lint. And that's my concern.
Oh my God, that was so good. Like, I literally pictured everything that you just said. That was amazing. And just on that note, I might give the nigga my number.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I'm so excited.
So I'm being supportive with the overall idea of you being involved with this person. I just want to encourage you to be a little more bold. You know, I think it could benefit you to be a little bold. I think your concern is like, you know what, baby girl, I think you fly too, but it's not that kind of party, but we could keep the conversation going on Twitter. I feel that you don't want to leave a breadcrumb so big that he's going to throw the breadcrumb right back at your face and you're going to be like, fantasy over. Thanks, Rome, you fucking asshole.
100.
That's the deal.
100.
And I don't want to be the blame for that.
100. No, you gonna be the blame to it if I leave this nigga my number, he don't use it.
However, if I do encourage you to give you his number and he texts you, you're gonna be like, you were right, and I'm gonna be celebrated and I'm the hero.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I don't know, it's 50-50 for me.
Oh my God, I'm gonna do it. I don't know when, but I'm gonna do it.
So maybe on next episode you'll be letting us know if he texted or called or
I'm gonna
whatever.
be like the intro to this episode. I'm gonna be like, he's my baby daddy.
That's funny.
Yes.
What else you got, dude?
I have one last thing.
Yeah, we'll close out on that.
Yeah, which we kind of touched on prior to recording this episode. We were speaking about it kind of on our own time.
Yeah.
Do you feel that manifesting is a real thing, and is it borderline like a vision board?
I feel like a vision board is a form of manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that speaking things into existence. I feel like writing things down. I feel like vision training, affirmations. Mm-hmm. All of those are forms of manifestation. I definitely believe in it. I feel that transformation is very difficult, especially when transforming yourself individually. I feel like manifesting big goals, also another thing that's very difficult. And I feel that training your mind is a big part of having the confidence, the courage, the strength to make big things happen in your life. Like, I almost feel like it's impossible to do it. And I feel like some people may practice vision training and not even realize it, meaning if you're just don't believe in spirituality at all, or you don't believe in the law of attraction, but you're like, hey man, tomorrow I want to open a tire business. And you decide to fucking take your laptop to Starbucks, start doing some research, open a notebook and start writing a business plan for yourself. That to me is a form of vision training. You're manifesting it from thought to paper. Now that you see it on paper, you feel a little more confident. So now the belief factor is up because you have something in front of your eyes. And because now you feel more confident, you believe that this is possible, then you're encouraged to take the next step to make this happen. It's still a manifestation process, whether you acknowledge that you're practicing it or not, you know? So I definitely believe in it. And the thing is that believing in it is one thing, but when you actually acknowledge it and use it as a tool and you apply this system to every single thing that you want to accomplish in life, like you can become like a beast. You just start to feel like nothing's impossible.
So
and that's a good feeling.
It's a for sure good feeling. So do you feel that manifesting, basically stating something out in the open and saying, oh, I want to do this or I will do this, speaks volume as to how can I word this? Like basically stating that you already know that that's something that you're going to do. Because some people speak things and just don't even plan to do anything about it, right? Mm-hmm. Like you can be like, oh, I wish I can open a coffee shop.
Word choice is important.
Right.
The intention. So I'll give you an example. 8 years ago was when I considered writing my first book. Based on reconditioning the mindset. Mm-hmm. And I started attending author meetings, and I really just started thinking to myself, like, can I really become an author? And I feel so proud and excited about this idea, but also kind of curious that what if I write this book and no one fucking buys it?
Right.
Or what if no one understands what I'm trying to say and all this weird concerning shit, right? So I don't remember exactly where I picked this up from, but I'm like, if someone asks you about what are you into or what's important to you right now, and I had to go from saying like, I want to be an author, I want to write this book, I want to do this and that. I had to start saying, like, if someone's like, oh, what do you do? Like, oh, I'm an author. Then they'd be like, oh, what book have you written? Where can I find it? But like, I haven't published my work yet. However, I'm in the middle of writing ABC, XYZ. It's based on this, that, and the third. It's owning it. Order yourself some business cards that has your name, has author on it. Mm-hmm. Like, claim that shit, because like the quicker you claim it and accept that this is who you are, those behaviors, those confident behaviors that are required to manifest and make these things happen are simply going to just start to naturally follow. So the whole I want to, I wish, I think, hopefully that's cool, but you can't eat a wish sandwich.
Word. You can't let it benefit you the way that you think.
That's the thing that I was telling myself when I was 24. I can't eat a wish sandwich. It has no nutritional value. Mm-hmm. And I had to stop wishing, and I just had to start believing. I had to start doing. Look at me now. I mean, not that I'm the most amazing, remarkable person.
You've written books.
I've written books.
Right.
I've written books. I've written a book with someone that I've read a book from.
No. You've written books. You wrote a book with someone who you looked up to.
Yeah.
You definitely had some sort of manifestation within that in itself.
Yeah, this person was someone that's part of the Napoleon Hill Foundation.
Correct.
Which is a big deal.
Which is a big deal. And I mean, even this podcast alone, I think it's a form of manifestation.
For sure. I've met some amazing people. I've met the Les Browns and the Dan Fleshmans, and I mean, I've met millionaires and billionaires, and I have some amazing connections.
Listen, I'm gonna toot our horn right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say that we have been in this game for a year.
Yeah.
And we definitely manifested a lot of things that have already taken place.
Very quickly.
Very quickly. I know people that have been in the game for a year and have not even crossed the bridges that we have crossed.
Yeah.
And we have definitely come across people that were like, yo, these are important people in the podcast world. Mm-hmm. These are really important people in the podcast world. And I think that in time, that will show through.
Absolutely. And, I was actually talking to someone earlier who, is trying to kind of like learn to know me. And they were like, how did the whole podcasting thing come about? Mm. You and I registered ourselves as a business, the state of Florida. We have a fucking bank account and our business name.
I wonder if other podcasters locally have that happening.
I think that they might be doing the podcast, but I don't know if they're a registered business. I don't know that they have a bank account. Yeah. Whatever. But that in itself is kind of like, if I am a firm believer in what I'm doing and the possibility of monetizing this and the possibility of negotiating huge sponsorships, I want to make sure that I'm fully prepared that when you're like, yo, let me send you this check, be like, I could deposit that check in the account that I have, because I believe that I'm going to get that check.
Right. No questions asked.
Yeah. So if I believe I'm going to get that check, I'm going to open this account so that when I get paid, I'm not scrambling like, oh my God, I got a check. I can't believe it. Let me go get that checking account. It's like, no, we were proactive. We bought the equipment. We registered ourselves as a business. We did our research. We made sure we understood who the key players were in this industry. We made sure that when we met these people that we weren't starstruck, because it's like right next to them is where the fuck we belong.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So I just feel like,
and I think that's smart too, because
it's preparedness too.
Exactly. I think that's smart too, because if that check was to come, when that check is to come, I think that people don't like the look of saying, okay, well, let me get this account open so that I can give you the information and then you can deposit it. It speaks volumes for you to be like, not a problem. Here's my information. You can do it this way.
Why don't you wire or ACH that to
Exactly. And I think that's, and let's be 100. We've come out of pocket tremendously.
Right.
So I think that in order for you to believe in yourself, in order for you to believe that you're going to make money, it takes spending money as well.
Right.
And I think that we have proven that thus far. Like, we bought our own equipment to the point where, like, people who have been in the game for long periods of time is like, yo, your quality is crazy. Yo, you do this on your own. You don't buy studio time. You don't. This is all us.
But it's because self-sufficiency and full control is really important to us, because
Right.
we made decisions up front that consistency is important. We're not going to start this unless we can do it right. We're not going to start this just to end it. I don't want to start this going to the studio, then all of a sudden I can't afford studio time because I lost my job.
Right.
Or I don't want to start this and can't do this because the studio's closed and someone fucking rammed their vehicle in the studio.
Right.
Now I don't know where to record. It was like really important for us to have proprietary control and researching what platform we wanted to get our RSS feed through, because believe it or not, Google, what a lot of people don't know, if you're a blogger, for example, and you use Blogspot through Google, in the contract it states that they have proprietary control over your content and your photos and things like that.
Right.
So it's like we really identified how we wanted to do it, what was important to us, and that really set forth that game plan. That said, not everyone listening to this is interested in becoming a podcaster. So trying to make this relative to everyone else. The point is this: if you believe in yourself, one, you got to invest in yourself, not just the money, but the time and the knowledge. Put together that game plan. And then once you have that in place, just simply act on it and take pride in the quality of what you do and what you're going to offer. And the shit that's crazy is that, like you just said, it takes money to make money. A lot of people are so fucking concerned with investing money into a business, but they'll be quick to go to a fucking casino and they're like, I got to spend 100 if I want a chance at the jackpot of $1 million.
Word up.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it makes sense to you in that dynamic, but it doesn't make sense when it comes to your dreams and your fucking goals.
Growing yourself.
That said, don't let another day, don't let another year go by where you have a big dream and you have a big vision for yourself and you're reluctant to invest in yourself because you're afraid you're going to fail. Worst case scenario, it's going to be a learning experience, a learning opportunity. So just fucking do it.
100%.
Seek expertise with what you're going to do as well.
100%. I want to piggyback off that and then we can close out. I think that, excuse me, I've been drinking, so I'm burping, whatever. I think that the biggest experiences and lessons come from failure.
I agree with that.
I feel like sometimes you actually should look forward to stepping outside of your comfort zone and failing, because you will learn so much from that moment.
Yeah.
You will learn how to do things differently, how you should approach things differently, how it's just so much that you can learn from that situation. And I think that alone should be a winning experience. It shouldn't even be a failure.
You have to want to learn, though.
Yeah.
Because I think being financially savvy kind of works to my advantage with certain things. And I think it depends on the type of business you're going to choose to run. And sometimes I see people hanging on to ideas that are clearly not working based on the existing system.
Just because they're wishfully thinking.
And
that
their pride.
Right.
Like, sometimes you could believe in yourself too much, but you're not keeping it a buck with yourself, like logistically. And then it's starting to become stupid. It's becoming a stupid business venture. So it's like, when it comes to the creative arts, it's a little different. But let's say you're running a restaurant. You're $60,000 in debt because you get invoiced for all the produce that comes to your restaurant to then cook the meals. You don't have any patrons. You got fucking rotten lettuce sitting in the fridge. Now you're producing bad food. You're getting bad reviews on Yelp. you know, you're behind on the rent and you're still like, no matter what, nigga, I'm not closing these doors. Like, that's not smart. You have to like apply a tourniquet to the situation, be like, yo, we need to either start doing things differently and turn this around, or we need to just fucking stop the bleeding and stop this, regroup, maybe learn some more and try this shit again.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like there needs to be a balance between belief and in
reality.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't want to completely neglect the self-awareness piece of it.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's important.
Yeah,
You
for
and
sure.
I are not looking at podcasting as being a money-making venture. We don't do this for the money.
Yeah.
I'm not going to deny that the goal is to make money off of
For
this.
sure.
I'm not going to deny that there's money-making opportunities, money-making potential, and that, yes, the goal is to get paid. Okay. But we don't do this to get paid.
Right.
My thing is that if I'm going to do it, I might as well try to get paid while I'm doing
Yeah.
it.
And if I'm going to do it, then I'm going to do it right.
Exactly.
And I'm going to do it so that eventually, whether or not I make money from it, I can look back at this project and say, you know what? I did my thing.
Because there's still value in this. It's therapeutic for us.
Right.
It's bringing entertainment to others, making them feel good, giving them something to look forward to. Like, there's certain things that money can't buy. So I still benefit from doing this week after week, whether or not I get a big check coming from Blue Apron or not.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a part of growth. And if you follow your passion, you continue to be creative, and it's truly something of value, the money will come. In the meantime, do the fucking work.
Word up. Do the fucking work.
Yeah, that's key.
That comes with everything.
Yep,
Everything
that comes
in
with
life.
everything. Do the fucking work.
Do the fucking work. Regardless of how you feel, do the fucking work.
That should be the title of this podcast.
Do the fucking work.
Do the fucking work,
But
man.
fucking can't be fucking because we can't say fucking on the title.
But if you gon' fuck, I'm gonna need you to put in the fucking work.
Ay,
And do the fucking work. You know
I'm
what
not gonna
saying?
drop no hints no more. I'm just gonna tell you to do the fucking work. That's all I'm saying.
Here's my number.
I want you to be my baby daddy.
Yo, thank you guys for listening. I know this one wasn't too comedic, but I think it was entertaining nonetheless. I'm getting out of my emo funk. I promise. Next week, I'm not gonna be an emo asshole.
Oh, wait, time out. I want to let the listeners know that there's possibly a lot more funny comedic ventures to come.
Okay.
I think that we have a few ideas under our belt that we may try and work with.
Yeah.
And it entails video, so they may be able to see us a little bit more.
Yes, we're gonna have an interesting announcement.
Yeah, so
It's gonna
soon to
happen during
come.
season 6.
Yeah, so soon
Ooh,
to come.
season 6 gonna be crazy.
Yo, you guys, seriously, stay tuned to us and let us let you see the funny.
Yo, shit's about to get out of control.
Yes.
I can't tell y'all what's gonna happen yet.
It's gonna be funny.
But when it happens, y'all gonna be like, oh shit. The world ain't
guys,
ready.
thank you guys for listening to us again.
Thanks for listening. See ya.